Hello and welcome to a game between EmpireKas and MYMSaSe. EmpireKas will be playing as the yellow Terran player at the upper left hand corner, and MYMSaSe will be playing as the pink Protoss player at the upper right hand corner. Pink is my favorite color in this game, and I did start out this video slightly earlier than normal because there's some interesting talk between these two players, so do pay attention to that if you like. And if you don't want to, at least know that Dead Space number 2 is out in stores, and many people have gotten it before the release date. And if you haven't, check it out, buy it, rent it, or at least watch it through the window of your neighbors with a set of binoculars, because it is that good. And of course, MYMSaSe is chrono boosting a lot of his probes at this moment, and the Terran player is going to be finishing up the supply depot, and of course he is the best Terran in the world. And MYMSaSe can say that with a straight face, as he is going to be putting down a gateway not next to the ramp, but closer to the ramp. EmpireKas is very happy with that compliment, and EmpireKas will be putting the barracks directly next to his supply depot. The reason a lot of Terrans are doing this now is because you can pretty much no longer wall off, and especially you do not want to wall off against the Protoss players. So this actually helps him build the structures much quicker and helps him get out his first Marine quicker as well. And there's also going to be another pylon in the back. This pylon is pretty important as it will allow him to possibly spot a transport from the Terran player should he be at the closest air rush distance, which his opponent is. And MYMSaSe is coming into the base of EmpireKas at this moment, and he is going to sneak around and try to... Ooh, I think he wanted to go for that SCV there, but the probe is going to hang back, and he is going to attack the command center as it is being morphed into an orbital command. Second assemblator, is coming online along with the cyber core is coming up online for the Protoss player MYMSaSe, and MYMSaSe is going to be leaving the base of EmpireKas at this moment, as the first Marine is going to be coming out. Will be able to defend against further scouting from that probe. Of course, the Marine did not see exactly where that probe went, so the probe could still be in his base, but he is not going to scout for it, and it looks like he is going to put down a bunker now. A bunker is a very defensive structure, but of course you can always recover the 100 minerals that you put down there, so it's always a good idea to put down a bunker if you're not sure about what you or your opponent is doing. And the cybercore is finished, and the warp gate tech will be immediately researched by these two players. And if you notice here on the minimap, this is a nice smiley face. This is the smiley face that EmpireKas had when he was complimented to be the best Terran in the world. And the pylon is going up at the back of MYMSaSe's base, and there is an SCV. Now he is checking for that probe. I guess he wanted to give that probe maybe some build time, or no, he's going to be possibly building something here on the side, and it will be a command center. So this is a very risky move here. He does have a tech lab attached to the barracks. He only has 2 Marines, so 2 Marines, 1 Reaper into an expansion already, whereas his opponent MYMSaSe is very, very conservatively making some defensive units such as the sentry, and he is also going to be continuously scouting, but that scout was once again denied by the bunker there. And it appears that there is going to be 1 Reaper coming across the map here, as he's going to be flying top speed with his little pack. As long as he does not have that nitrous pack, he is not going to be too troublesome for the Protoss player to deal with, but he is going to get in here. His opponent is not looking at this part of the map just yet, and he will be able to get some probe kills. The probes all come off the line to get some pressure on this Reaper, and ooh, 2 very good force fields. The Reaper was able to get only, I think, about 3 kills there. Yeah, he did get 3 kills, but he was able to lose his life. And the command center is about to be complete, and 2 additional barracks are coming up online at this moment. One of them is getting a reactor attachment. The Protoss player is going to be not putting down any gateway, so this is a very strange build. He is going to go straight for the robotics facility. The army size is at 34 against 27 advantage for the Protoss player, as he does have more of those probes, and he's also going to be opening up a nexus. Another reason the Protoss player is ahead at this moment is because the Terran player has already invested the command center much earlier than the Protoss player has invested in the nexus, and that is why he is going to be slightly ahead at this moment. And the sentries are going to hang around at the middle instead of at the ramp, because he knows his opponent does have the capabilities to put additional Reapers should he choose, and the secondary refinery is about to be complete for EmpireKas at this moment. And I believe EmpireKas does want to move the bunker outside over here to this ramp, because this bunker will not do him as much good, because he really wants to take that expansion, and he will be taking the expansion now, and some probes are getting transferred here. I think that was slightly more delayed than EmpireKas did like it, because he did finish that orbital command slightly before and he didn't move it, and this is a horribly positioned pylon. I mean, it's a really good positioned pylon, but he needs more of them at that location. Should that pylon go down, he is going to be in a really deep hole that anybody can get out of, because that is powering pretty much all of his structures. I'm not sure if this pylon is powering. This pylon probably is powering one gateway or maybe half a gateway, which doesn't really count. And there is going to be a factory floating down to the other side of the map, as EmpireKas is going to be opening up another starport. There's 3 barracks, 1 starport, and 1 factory floating out, along with a bunker in the middle. And Saze does not have that many units at this moment. He only has about a handful of units that are defending. 1 stalker, 1 zealot, and a lot of sentries. Sentries will be able to hold off a lot of the early charges, but he is going to be warping in more units now, as the factory is going to come out and scout for EmpireKas, as EmpireKas is going to be calling down more and more of those mules. He is really good with his energy, using those mules very effectively, and the observer is coming inside the base of EmpireKas, as Saze is getting a very good idea of what's going on. This is an interesting game because it does showcase a 2 base versus 2 base, not the sort of usual 1 base cheese or 1 base defend that we're used to seeing in a lot of Starcraft 2 games. And another observer is going to come out here, and this factory is getting a very nice glimpse of the base of Saze, as he will know the robotics bay is coming up in the back, so that will probably mean upgraded observers or Colossus. And there is going to be double refinery being opened here by EmpireKas, because he probably senses that his opponent is not going to attack anytime soon, and he is going to be moving the factory back there. He did spot a good chunk of the base, and it appears that he actually spotted all the structures, all except this robotics facility that is being opened currently. And if we take a look inside the base of EmpireKas, this is Saze's vision of his base, and he does see all of the structures except for... Actually, he does see all of the structures, so he knows exactly what's going on inside. And EmpireKas is going to come out here, and there's going to be an SCV here at this part of the map. Army size is at 76 versus 75, very, very close, and Saze might be in a lot of trouble here, as there's infantry set coming in. Ooh, critical force fields there, preventing him from getting in, and he's going to move back the sentries, preventing him from getting inside. But of course, he can possibly drop with the medevac, but he does not want to lose that medevac. Medevac is actually really, really close to the edge there, can possibly get sniped, and he is moving back and forth, and both these players are spending a lot of APM microing this little battle here on the side, and it appears that EmpireKas is going to back away. This is quite a sizable force for Saze, as he's warping in more and more units now, and the second robotics facility is not currently building anything, but I think he's waiting on the gas to make the secondary Colossus at the same time. And we see 1 command center being opened up here at the lower left hand corner, as there's going to be 1 marine position slightly to the possible third expansion, the second expansion, excuse me, third base for Saze, as the factory is flying back and it is on fire. Army size is going to be at 84 versus 101 advantage for the Terran player, as he's macroing up quite well. He also has a higher income, so that will help him quite a bit, as he is going to be making more and more units. He does have... Ooh, he's making another starport now, and he's making more and more barracks. That is a lot of barracks, a total of 4 barracks, and the factory is going to get set down. Command center is complete, does pick up that SCV, will be probably putting it here to the side. This is a really good position for him to take, because his opponent does not see it, and he has 1 set of destructible rocks over here, 1 set of destructible rocks over here. Will be difficult for him to reach unless he just sends out his Colossus, which would be undefended without the Stalkers, because the Stalkers don't yet have the ability to blink. Army size at 100 versus 120. Advantage for the Terran player, as Terran might be thinking about making a push here. The Terran player being EmpireKas, of course, and the supply depot is going to get built. And if we take a look at the vision of each other, we will see that EmpireKas suspects that there's a base here because he has scouted, but we know that Saze actually canceled it, so EmpireKas does not actually know that the cancel had occurred. He did have a marine there, that's why he saw it, and these Colossus are working on the side rocks. And army size is going to be a 103 versus 130. EmpireKas is still breezing straight ahead, breezing this competition, no problem, and Saze is going to be in a defensive position for quite some time, as he's going to be opening up a fleet beacon after a Stargate. We might be able to see some great air units here, and the Void Rays actually did lose their upgrade, so the Void Rays aren't as great a harassment unit as they were used to be. And there's going to be a medevac flying over here, but Saze does spot the medevac. This is his vision. He does have 1 observer in a really good place. He will see the medevacs are going to be dropping here, and we will see the fleet beacon finish momentarily. Army size is going to be at 116 versus 157. Tremendous advantage at this point for EmpireKas. He's going to do a double push. He's going to come in here, but Saze does already know he is coming in. This set of units are going to get taken down really quickly, and of course this was EmpireKas' intention. He wanted to take down this expansion, but the expansion no longer exists. And Saze did actually probably trick his opponent there. And this Marine is going to scout the lower right hand position to see if his opponent has expanded there. Probably will not be able to find anything because he is not. And there is going to be 1 chrono boost being used on this mothership. He does have 2 save chrono boost there and 4 save chrono boost. So a mothership will be coming out very, very shortly. And if we see the vision of EmpireKas, he does see a fleet beacon, so he might suspect void rays or possibly mothership, but there's also going to be hallucination being researched from the cyber core. More and more gateways are being opened. There's a total of 3 gateways active and 3 more coming up, I believe, for a total of 6. And this is a lot of building structures, 5 all with tech labs, and he does have 2 of those starports with reactors, and that is a tremendous size fleet of Vikings. He does have 12 Vikings, 24 Marauders, 15 Marines, and only 1 medevac at this moment. And both these players are going to gear up for 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 massive battles. I did skip number 4 there, didn't I? And the destructible rocks are going to go down. He is going to push out here. The Protoss player does have the middle base there, and he is going to back off. I think he does not have very, very good scouting information. That's what's hurting him. And also the army size is going to be at 148 versus 188. He is going to come in. He is going to force a cancel on this pylon. The pylon actually does get canceled along with the Nexus. And he's also going to be taking down this Pearl with those SCVs. This Observer will get taken down. Maybe not. Observer does have the upgrade. And here we go. We might see great force field there. Once force field will be able to hold off all of these forces. And here we go. The mothership comes just in time. The mothership will be in for this fight if he wants to. But that is a lot of Vikings. Vikings can probably focus fire down on the mothership if he so chooses. And he's making more and more units. Army size at 150 versus 196. And the upgrades for these units are going to be still at 0-0. And the upgrades for the Stalkers and the ground units are also going to be at 0. The first set of upgrades, Zealot legs, along with the +1 weapons for goals. These players are being researched at the moment, but the Terran player will finish his upgrade faster, and he actually needs more units. That's why he's sending his SCVs in to die, and also as a distraction. And there is going to be some scouting information to be had from the death of these SCVs. Army size is now going to be at 160 versus 190 almost. And the Vikings want to come in and try to get a shot at it, but he simply cannot. And he actually put down some turrets here. This is a really good defense, especially against Colossus, so you can retreat against it. And there's also going to be another Nexus over here. Income tab does show that the Protoss player is actually slightly ahead now, as he's spreading his units or concentrating his units too much here at this base. That is almost 2 tabs worth of SCVs on that one building. And we see cloaking, Mobius reactor, along with potential some ghosts and some nuclear bombs coming momentarily, as this Nexus is probably going to get cancelled as well. This is a very high pressure situation for the Protoss player, as he only is going to be on 2 base, whereas his opponent is going to be on 3rd base. This is really interesting here. If you take a look at the lower left hand position, he's actually going to open up a base right in between 2 Terran bases. That is pretty hilarious. And of course, the Terran player does not actually see that on his map, and the Protoss player does not see this base on his map. So there's a lot of hidden expansions on this game, and in this game, and the army size is 200, and we might see a huge encounter here because they need to do it now because they have all their units out in the field. Vikings coming in, possibly going for a snipe. Stalkers will be able to deny them. Vikings forced to go back, and no one has lost any units yet, and the Marauders are going to come in. And the Marauders are going to try to focus down the Cyber Core. We'll be able to prevent him from making any additional Stalkers if he chooses. And the Vikings are here on the side. And we see a great suction of those units. And only 2 of those Vikings are still left. Great use of the Vortex there. And these units are just melting away to the Colossus. And we also see some additional Void Rays. These Void Rays are hallucinations, but the Void Rays will be able to tank some of the damage and take some of the fire for the Colossus. Colossus actually melting these units away. And the Vikings actually focused down on the hallucinations that were the Void Rays. I actually lost my breath there, and he was actually able to successfully defend that really, really well. But the Terran player is macroing up very well, and he is going to have an army once again. But now Saze knows he has an advantage. He will be pushing forward. He is making more and more immortals now, and he is going to push into the base of EmpireKas. EmpireKas is going to have quite a sizable force to fight this off, and the Zealots are inside. This one Colossus is almost dead. 13 kills and 11 kills. Vikings focus firing down on those Colossus. Colossus go down. Stalkers are shooting at the Vikings. Zealots getting into the midst of things along with the Marauders and Marines. And we'll see a huge battle here. the Immortals will help out a lot because these units are all considered armored, the Marauders and the Vikings, I mean, and they're dying incredibly fast to the Immortals. The Immortals are pushing forward. He is falling back. The Immortals should probably take down these production buildings, and that will prevent his opponent from rebuilding quickly, as he is going to actually focus down on the units themselves. Army size is going to be 188. EmpireKas is in a lot of trouble, but he is not out of it yet. And I think Saze is going to come in here and possibly take down a lot of these buildings. He does have the capabilities to do so because those Immortals do a lot of terrible damage to the Terran buildings, and he is going to be killing off a lot of this SCVs. And I think at this point, all might have been lost for EmpireKas. That was a great usage of that Vortex from the Mothership, and also great usage of the Hallucination. Just absolutely great thing to see there from a fellow Protoss player. And the Protoss player is going to be able to take down that starport. And he's also going to start work on these barracks. Barracks can only make Marines now. They have lost their tech lab, and he has probably lost the will to live after this one. And he is still stemming. He's coming up here. He will be able to take down 2 of those Immortals. Good play there, but I think it might be too late now for EmpireKas. EmpireKas has lost a good chunk of his production. There is a pylon inside of his base. Army size at 107 versus 75, and EmpireKas has his crap on fire, and he is still mining happily here. And there's going to be a set of units coming in here. He is still trying to rally them together, but these Zealots will be too much for this set of Marines. They stem and they're back into a corner, and that's all they can do, really. And SCV's actually getting into the fight. Ooh, that SCV actually took down that Immortal quite a bit there, as this command center is going to go down. I really do like that play with the Hallucinations and the Vortex. Just absolutely great timing of those 2 units. And I think at that time, EmpireKas did not actually have enough of an idea to actually scan those void rays. He just assumed they were real, and he calls GG. GG indeed. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. More will be coming in maybe soon, maybe not. See you guys at the next game. Alright, slight change of pace. This is GG Your Face. We'll be going through a bit of Dead Space 2. So check it out. This is a save point. We'll be using that quite a bit. This is the in-game. Holy what? Anyway, this is the in-game. Ah! Okay, so apparently I forgot they just mob you even if you're talking to somebody else. Anyway, alright, so here is the EA store. You can buy, upgrade, and other kind of stuff here. This is your shop. You can buy stuff, you can inventory stuff, and you can store stuff. Ooh, I actually have something in here. Anyway, let's go on with... I won't show you any more boring stuff. The premise of the game is that there is some bad people out there, or... okay. Alright, anyway. I haven't actually did this part of the game, so I don't know what's going to happen. That is one badass mofo outside. Do you guys hear that? Alright, in any event... oh, that... oh. I thought that was something else. You're supposed to be cutting off their limbs, but I'm just panicking right now. Yeah, I am bad at game. Anyway, there's 2 bars on the back of my pack. There is a green one, which is my HP, and the semi-half circle thingy. Is this thing still making noise while it's dead? Is the stasis, which will slow them down as I was trying to do that. It does recharge over time. Oh, that's... and those things, I'm not sure what they do. I think they blow up if you walk next to them. I think there's another one here somewhere. Anyway. Oh. You can chop off their arms and then throw it back at them. That is like what the developers... oh, jeez! That's what the developers want you to do. That's like how you're supposed to play the game and not like miss like me. And yeah. Oh shit, this is actually a lot scarier than I thought it would be. I'm actually not this bad. I don't know why when I put on a mic I get worse. I'm not lying. It's honesty. as you can see, I'm out of that thing that is like the panic button, which is the stasis. Oh god, don't save that. Oh shit. Oh no. No. You know, it's usually like a trap. Oh jeez. Usually they get you to look at the screen and then like something really bad happens to you. Usually to you, not so much at what you're looking at. Like if you're staring into something, I know something's gonna happen here.
15 minutes for recess. Play nice.
I need to calm down. This is not somewhere I want to be. Oh god, those are like. Ugh. I actually have like no ammo left because I waste all of it, so I can't really reload. And maybe I should just run through these things instead. Oh! And that is like a mine, you can blow them up and stuff. Ah, okay, too close, that is not good. But anyway, I would recommend you to get the mine thing, because that can kill a lot of stuff really fast. The problem with that is... Oh shit! I only have 1 ammo left, as you can see, which would be... I probably have to restart this. It's so hard to multitask. I always like to run into corners so that I feel safe. But really, nowhere is safe. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will stop sucking now. And see you guys at the next game! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wash your hands, yes. You need to wash your hands.